Hi, I'm Jess and I'm going to take you through another meal for cooking at home with City Catering. And today's meal is cheesy baked potato with curried beans. So a little bit of a twist on the classic favourite of beans on jacket potato. We're just going to add in some more flavour and sneak in a little bit of vegetables as well to our beans. So a great one to just explore new flavours for yourself and just mix it up, but also to introduce new flavours for any children as well, with something that feels quite familiar and safe. I'm just going to chop up my onion. So we're going to top and tail and discard those bits, and then we're going to chop in half and just peel off until you get to the top layer or so. And then depending on how you want it, you can roughly chop or you can just do rings. I'm gonna just roughly chop the onion, so just gonna slice it. So we've just put the oven on to preheat. I've washed and patted dry my potatoes and I'm just going to prick them just to make them cook nice and crispy, and just literally put them straight on to the rack in the oven. Now that the oil's nice and hot, I'm just going to pop the onion into the pan. Now that the onion is in the oil and in the pan, just going to cook it for a few moments until it's nice and soft. Now I'm just going to add the Cajun spice. I'm not a massive fan of spicy food. I like it for the flavour, but I don't like too much of it. But what you can always do is just add in perhaps half what's in the recipe, let it cook for a little while, taste it and see whether you would like some more. That's all mixing together, and the onion is slowly softening and cooking. So the next part of the recipe is to add beans in with the onion and Cajun mix. So I'm just about to do that, but just looked in my cupboard and I've got two tins. One's no added sugar and one is a normal tin, and most brands are now doing a reduced sugar or reduced sugar and salt version. So if you can and you see it on the shelves, it's always good to try and pick up the reduced sugar version just to help balance out your day a little bit more. But beans are a great source of protein and great source of fibre, and typically quite low in fat as well. We're just going to add that in. Now we've got a bit of a different flavour to our beans than usual. So just going to add them in and give them a stir. Just going to mix all the flavours together, the onion and the Cajun mix. And once it's simmered, this is a good chance for you to just taste the flavour and see whether you think you could do with some more spicing from whatever flavour you have opted for today. So just going to leave that to simmer on a low heat whilst the potatoes finish cooking. So I've just got the potatoes carefully out of the oven, cut them in half and give them a bit of a squeeze to break up the potato, and I'm going to put the beans on top. So one good thing about this recipe is it's a brilliant source of fibre, and one of the main ways you can get fibre in is through the potato skins, so do make sure you eat them as well, and you leave them in the oven for that little bit longer, they will go nice and crispy. So one tip for getting children to taste new flavours like this with something that's quite familiar, I tend to find giving a option for both on their plate or in separate bowls really helpful. So my little one's still a toddler, so I would give a sort of a usual plain portion of beans, and then a small portion also of the flavoured beans, just to give him that opportunity to taste the flavour and get used to it.